He couldn't read, couldn't write. He was, as the Quran confirms it, it's Surah number 29, that you didn't know what is book, you didn't know how to write, and that is the important aspect of Quran. That Quran came to a man who was pure, who was not, his mind was not polluted by reading and writing.
With Waraka, he had access to books.
Yes, he had access.
Now, the next question comes in, and this is what some Orientalists would say, is that he had, the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, also had access to these books.
No, because he, remember this, I forgot to mention, that he was unlettered. You know, his own situation, the way he was brought up, of course it testifies it. He was born an orphan. His father died before he was born. And he went under the care of, he lived under the care of his mother for some time, and she also passed away then under the care of his grandfather, Abdul Muttalib. But he was not a very rich man, because sending a child to learn the art of reading and writing must have been costly. It required money. Then, of course, and he is an orphan, it was not something which was needed in the society. So he was left like that. He couldn't read, couldn't write. He was, as the Quran confirms it, it's Surah number 29, that you didn't know what is book, you didn't know how to write, and that is the important aspect of Quran. That Quran came to a man who was pure, who was not, his mind was not polluted by reading and writing. I like what someone has said in one of the book, that when Jesus was to be born, he was born to a Virgin Mary, someone who was not polluted. In the same way, as Quran was to be introduced, to be revealed as message to the people, it was brought through an unlettered person who was not educated. And of course, if he were educated, there would have been a lot of problems, I mean questions. But no, Arabs knew, all of them knew, and he challenged them, mentioned in the Quran, he told them that, look, I lived among you for a long time. For 40 years I lived with you. You did not raise any question about my dignity, about my character, about my any other things. But now when I announced the message of Islam, you became hostile to me. Why? So he didn't know. He didn't know how to read, how to write. So he definitely did not have any access to any book. You know, it was also accused, as mentioned in chapter 16, that some people accused him of taking material from someone else, that someone else is dictating to him. And then that person was not an Arab. So Quran says that these people don't use their reason. How can it be possible? A non-Arab teaching an Arab a message in Arabic. It is not possible. I mean, use your reasoning, use your intellect, and then decide. You know, so this is how it is. So he must have seen, of course, with Waraka, that he may have brought the book, you know, when he visited him, but he could not read. He was not able to read and write.
Okay.